Hey everybody, it's Matt Basso from Iron Lotus Personal Training, and I just wanted to do a quick video about foam rolling because my recent Huffington Post blog was about running pain-free because the marathon is coming up in New York City and everybody's training for the marathon, and even people who aren't really big into running will decide that they want to run a marathon, and it's important to understand certain tactics to warm up and to get your body prepared for something like that. And so what I discussed was foam rolling, or using a foam roller, or more specifically what's called myofascial release. So real quick, basically over all of your muscles you have a skin called a fascia, and what happens sometimes is the muscle gets stuck to the fascia, and then when you're trying to stretch you can't really stretch appropriately, and if you're doing a lot of repetitive motion like running or biking or swimming for long periods of time, the fascia can get stuck to the muscle even easier, and then you have these trigger points, and that can cause all kinds of imbalances. So what you do is you use a foam roller to do sort of self-massage. And I have different rollers here. This one, as you can see, has nubs all up and down on it, and it's really hard. So if you just start rolling, you've never done it before, it might be too hard. It's made out of more of like a, I don't know if it's rubber, but it feels harder than the foam. It could be just a harder foam, but I think it's sort of rubber. And because it has these nodules on it, it really digs deep, and it can hurt if you've never done it before. It feels like a really deep massage. So what you can do is you can start with something softer, like let's say this one, which is a foam that's a little bit more stiff, okay, than let's say this roller, okay, which is one you might see very frequently. So it maintains its shape better, but it's still way softer than this, and it doesn't have the nodules coming out of it. So foam rollers come, as you can see, in all different kind of materials, and you might even see them smaller. They come in all different sizes. These are the ones that you see most frequently because they are cheap, so a lot of gyms have these. But I don't know if you can tell in the video, but you can see how it's kind of warped wider here, and that's from rolling on this. So these maintain their shape better because they're a bit harder. So in my blog I talk about what you should roll, what muscles you should roll, but of course if you're running you definitely want to roll your leg muscles. So what it would look like to roll your ITB band, okay, which is really important because it's a very unique fiber and you can't really stretch it. Stretching it doesn't do much. Now if you already have runner's knee, and that's pain in the knee due to, it could be due to a lot of things, but if you already have stuff like that going on, I'm not saying foam rolling is going to fix that, because it probably won't. You should get it checked. But if you do this as part of your warm-up, you're less likely to get injured. So what you want to do to roll your ITB band is start the foam roller all the way up at your hip, okay? And then you're going to take the opposite leg that you're not rolling, put it over the top, and put both arms down so that you can help bear weight. You can roll like this, okay? But then what's going to happen is all your body weight is going on the foam roller. And again, if you're not used to doing it, it's going to be too much for you. It's going to hurt. You don't want it to be severely painful. It might already be tight and hurt, so you just want to kind of control that. So what you do is you put your leg over here and your arms down so that you can bear weight and help that leg out a little bit. And then you're going to roll down to your knee and up almost to your glute area. So if you can see, I'm opening up my hip towards the ceiling as I come back towards my hip. And then as I roll towards my knee, I'm actually kind of closing it up a little bit so that I'm staying on this path, because the actual muscle fiber that we're trying to roll, the ITB band, comes from your glute and then comes sort of and attaches anteriorly on your knee. So in order to stay on that, we kind of have to change our body position slightly. So I'm on my glute here, and then I come across and down as I go towards my knee. Don't roll on your knee, it's unnecessary. Just roll to the top of your knee, and then roll up to your glute. And then the other thing that I'll always do before a workout is I'll roll my actual glute on that side. So what I do is I sit on it with the side that I want to roll. I cross my leg so that I expose my piriformis muscle and my glute muscle, and then I lean onto that side and I just make small rolls up and down my glute, just like that. Okay? So these two I would definitely do. I feel that they help no matter what you're doing, even if you're cross training or strength training. They're a part of my routine, they're part of my client's routine. I would certainly do it if you run. And then the other thing you can do is you can roll your quads by kind of planking and getting on top of it and just rolling back and forth. And again, don't roll onto your kneecaps, just roll to your knees and then up to your hips or as far up as you can go. Okay? The other great thing about foam rolling is that it kind of is like a core workout as well. Because no matter what position you're in, you're still keeping your core tight while you roll and stabilizing your entire body. Again, making great for warm-up. So, definitely roll as much as you can. Check out the infographic that I linked in my Huffington Post blog. Check out my warm-up video and make sure that you foam roll. Again, try different foam rollers to see which ones work for you or which ones are in your price range, and depending upon how sensitive your body is to it. Alright, thanks guys.